Welcome to the Music Lens podcast with me, Alex Allegra.
I'm Katie Fee.
And today we have a very special guest in the studio. We have Miss Sammy Kay. Hello. Sammy hails from What part of Indiana are you from?
A little town called Marion is where I grew up.
Marion's, Indiana. Yeah. She is a folksy pop singer-songwriter who we met at Belmont and have been friends with ever since. And actually, we pitched the podcast with Sammy in mind originally, but life happened and we've been the hosts. And so, of course, our first guest had to be her because she was always kind of in our minds for the podcast, so we wanted her to be our very first guest. So we're breaking things up a little bit differently this year, and we're gonna have 3 to 4 different types of episodes a month, and one of those is going to be a guest speaker that we kind of just share some opinions about, maybe ask some questions, and just kind of spread the word about what it's like to be an independent artist and see the ups and downs of everything. So, without further ado, Sammy, do you want to introduce yourself a little bit?
Yeah, first off, I just want to say thank you for having me on the pod.
Yes.
I love your podcast. It's so good. And it's an honor to be here.
That's so weird to say because
we didn't pay her to say
friends
that.
with you. And you're like, oh my God, I love your podcast.
I really, you guys give good advice and your videos are funny sometimes. I love your TikToks.
Sometimes.
So I'm a fan. Also, we all showed up here in our
cozy socks.
Yeah, not planless. So there we go. But yeah, my name's Sammy. I originate from Indiana. But yeah, I moved to Nashville to go to Belmont in 2017. Been here ever since. Met you guys. I actually met you at freshman orientation, which is crazy. But yeah, just went to Belmont as a songwriting major. I did some internships along the way. But yeah, I just really love Nashville, so I decided to stay and got a job at BMG, which has been great. But yeah, just pursuing a songwriting career as I live here. So.
Yeah. So one thing Sammy, Katie, and I do a lot of is write. And I just wanted to know, just like, what are some fun memories of writing with all three of us? Do you have any fun things?
I love writing with you guys so much, and it's fun it's great to like find like the core people that you love to write with, and I feel like writing with your friends is like so special, and like I feel like we can be open with each other and not feel like we're like holding back with anything.
So happy we got to that point because it took us a while for sure. Like Katie and I lived together for so long, and we tried. And I tried writing with you solo, and then I think you guys really found your groove. And then after that, it was like piecing together other people, and then I came into the mix. And so we always try to write at least once a month. But I love it. And they always said, like, at Belmont, grow with your friends. And I was like, oh, okay. And it, like I said, it took us a little bit to find our groove. But now that it's found, I always save my, like, really, like, special ideas for them. I'm like, we're all going to come together and create something cool.
No,
so.
yeah. I do, like, certain ideas for certain rights. I'm like, okay, Katie could help me with this, or, like, you can help me with this part, because it's, like, you know, there's just different songs that require different minds. So, but yeah, it's really special. And, yeah, I love writing with you guys. I think my favorite song we've written together was Pearl.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I released last year. Well, this year. Will be last year soon, but
when this comes out, it will be.
Yeah,
last
year. January.
So last year,
January.
Last summer. But yeah, I'd brought an idea about a movie scene that I really loved, and you guys really helped me, you know, kind of find a whole song out of it. So it was really great.
Yeah. I think one thing I love about our group of writing is, yes, we write the three of us, but we also write with a fourth person sometimes, and it can be all over the place genre wise. Like, we have written like super pop or even R&B type stuff with Christian when he does his tracking and kind of making a track that we're writing to, but then we have our folksy stuff, we have our country, we're just kind of
got a little everything.
Everything. So it's fun,
and
to
our
be
pets
creative.
Always write with us too.
Yes. Our
you don't have a pet though.
I don't have
Need
a pet.
to get a pet.
I know, I'm sorry. But our Google Doc, because we tend to do a Google Doc to write together, and we write our names at the top with the date and the song title, and we will put Bella if we're at Sammy's, or in the past we put Aunt
or Ash
for here.
Yeah,
but
we haven't written with
Ash
Ash yet, actually.
Next. But I wonder if people have ever like registered their pets on like ASCAP or BMI.
I don't know.
That'd be fun. Yeah, isn't there like Taylor credits cats and things and stuff sometimes, like music videos or something.
Isn't or the cat's meow is in one of them,
that's right? Yeah, the meows are in songs.
Wait, I need to do that.
You know what I saw the other day on TikTok was someone was like, there are dog prints in this book, and everyone in the comments was like, it's her cat's paw prints in the book.
Yeah.
Wait, which book?
The Tortured Poets Department, like, anthology, on the vinyl has, like, on the black dog, and they're like, oh, it's, like...
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, it's
a cat.
It's the cat.
But
that's funny.
They just pretend it's a dog because the song's a dog, but it's fine.
Yeah. We've been writing a lot of TV shows stuff based lately because Sammy and Katie especially are really into Gilmore Girls. So.
Yep. Yes,
we got a few of those now.
Yeah.
A couple references to that. A couple friends.
Yep.
And then Pearl was Begin Again, which is a film, not a TV show, but yeah, just kind of other media outlets for inspiration.
Yeah, we're all like happily with our couples, so it's kind of hard to, you know, like write, you know, songs about like hardships in a relationship now. So I feel like we kind of can find that through other, you know.
I think it's just different perspective. Well, for me at least, I think it's just different perspectives. Like, I mean, because my relationship isn't perfect, but just different aspects of like deeper stuff that you fight over than like just the basic, oh my god, we broke up.
Yeah.
He's stupid boy. Stupid boy.
Yeah. Or even like books, because I think we had one that was like a Fourth Wing reference, Iron Flame, that series. I have other ones that we haven't written yet, but I have quotes from books saved that eventually will probably be songs.
So, Sammy, what has your like professional journey kind of been like? So you started songwriting in Belmont. Like, what was some big takeaways from the songwriting program at Belmont?
Yeah. So I loved the songwriting major. The biggest downfall for me was COVID, because I feel like all of the special things you get to do as a senior at a songwriting major, like I missed out on, and like it was kind of weird to have songwriting classes online, because like I don't know, it was nice to like be in a whole room of people and like get to like share music in person.
Zoom writing, as much as I was like, oh, I can like reach out to people in Wisconsin and back home in Pennsylvania and stuff, the only people I write with is you and Sarah for our Zoom writes, because it works for some reason, like because we're not afraid. Like I feel like sometimes if the energy you guys create is a room energy, it like doesn't work online sometimes, but like unless you have like a close enough friendship that like you can still act like yourself on a Zoom call, because I don't know why it works so well with you, me, and Sarah, but
I think it's because you guys know each other well, but like a stranger, I feel like it'd be weird like, to just do it like that, because it wouldn't feel, you know, like you're fully there.
Right. But yeah, it sometimes is necessary, like you said, with like Wisconsin or wherever, if it's somewhere else, because we write with Paige King Johnson, and she's based in North Carolina. She comes here like once a month to Nashville, so never really lines up where we're writing when she's in town, so that out of necessity works. But I don't know, have we written together in an actual room, or has it always been Zoom with her?
Always Zoom.
Oh, really?
So it'd be interesting to see how it is in person.
I was like, I just assumed you guys started on person and then just like moved to Zoom. But
I wrote with her. She's my first co-write ever, and it was through BUSA, Belmont University Songwriting Association. When they had like the co-write connection stuff, that was my first co-write, was with her, so that was in person for a while. But then I think it was COVID when she decided to start being in North Carolina more, and then eventually we got you in the mix as well, so it's more of necessity.
Fun writing over Zoom with her, like I mean it works.
I think it's fine.
I usually like write lyrics first with her, and then kind of like do the melodies off camera, like off Zoom, and then kind of come back together with it, which is nice. But
that's the one downfall, which I can't remember what the company is, but supposedly there's a company that is coming out with like songwriter oriented version of Zoom where it helps with the syncing issues of like trying to play, because you can't really have someone singing and then someone else playing guitar when you're on Zoom, because it's just not in sync real time to be able to do that. So they're trying to like figure out a way to make it easier to do remote writes that way.
That would be so nice. So game changing. But like songwriting major, like I really did like it. I think like the biggest like value from going to Belmont was like the internships, because it's really about who you're meeting and like what's going to happen after college. And
right. Yeah, like, did you feel like you were going to school to songwrite, or like were you going to your place that like you wanted to like meet everyone and like and do more than just like I'm getting a degree in songwriting and I'm just going to classes to songwrite? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
I definitely went in it with like a very open mind, because I had no clue like even like what Nashville was like what's it like to live here, and like what am I gonna like, what am I gonna like dislike, am I gonna want to move home, like I don't know. So yeah, I think over time like I realized like I'm very open as long as I get to do music, like even if it's just like at night and like not during the day, like that's fine with me, and like as long as I live here I'm good. So like yeah, that's kind of the mind I went in with it, and yeah, so stayed ever since. So
what was the song that you submitted that got you into the program, and how do you feel like your songwriting has changed since then?
It was cringy, like like I didn't like realize, I mean it was fine, like it was a good song. I think it was
I was like, it got you into the program, it must have done something.
like it's a very cute song. It was called You Were Wrong. I think we submitted 2 songs. I remember it was You Were Wrong was the like one of them, and it's like a whole, it was a song about like a cheater, and I'd never had a relationship before, so it's like my version of what a cheater would be like, whatever. But it was like in the perspective of like the Wizard of Oz, like everything was like Dorothy, and like I gotta remember their lyrics. It's like,
that's so cute though.
Yeah, it's really cute. Yeah, for the time and like for my age, it was definitely like a good song.
Yeah,
but,
I was like, don't knock some of that stuff, because well, I do. I'm always one of like, my parents are always trying to like rewrite the songs you wrote in high school. They were so good, and I'm like, I am so past that like, don't you think my stuff now is like better, to the point where like why am I just like digging up old concepts? And then but like one of the people that I knew back in high school that I went to Interlochen with, who we talked about on this podcast before, and her song was Alice in Wonderland themed, and she like released it now, and she's like doing so much with it, and I'm like 10 years later and that song's like still has a place.
Can be like revived. I feel like maybe that one could, if I like made it less cheesy. I just feel like it's cheesy now for me now, but like then it was really cute. And like,
well, and Wizard of Oz we were talking about in one of our December episodes now, but we were talking about how we went to go see Wicked too, so it would be very in the times to like release a Wizard of Oz.
I feel like there's been a couple artists that have been releasing some, like Kelsey, and
I feel like Emerald City too didn't write it for the purpose of like, oh, Wizard of Oz is popular right now. Like, it was a very song that like I've always wanted to do a song about like blonde hair, because I feel like that insecurity and how like she was with her eyes and like stuff like that for the Emerald City kind of coloring. So like for me, I was like, oh, but then it ties in so well with like cultural references of the day. So
and then Lainey has Somewhere Over Laredo, so that's another one that's just like it's interesting how that all comes together. Of I don't think necessarily that was the plan for them as an artist, but it works out where it ties into other cultural things happening in the moment.
Right, yeah. Okay, and then what did you learn out of the Belmont experience that like now you're writing, like how has your writing shifted from that point?
I think like I've like found like in songwriting like what my like core like values are, like what I can do really good now. Like I didn't know at the beginning, like my better like so I've like realized I'm like I love melodies, and I think that's like where I like shine best in like writing. But I do feel like as a songwriting major, it really pushed me lyrically, which is what I needed help with, I think. Like because I can do melodies really great, but like I learned like a lot through like our different like ways of journaling and stuff, and like different prompts they'd give us like how to write better. So I think, and also co-writing, like I hadn't really co-wrote a lot until college, so I think all of that kind of helped me a lot.
I definitely feel like I always look to you for lyrics. Like you're like in our, at least in maybe our group, like I like look to you for like lyric, like the strong like core fixie lyric stuff. So
I'm gonna like, I feel like the foundation of a song, like what like how things should be like laid out. Like detailed stuff and things like that, I think that's why I like co-writers, to like help me think of things I wouldn't even thought of, like
for sure. And then how has your transition from like the creative and the business side, because now you work definitely more on the business side of things, and I know you wanted to talk a little bit about that, so how does the business piece for you fit into your creative world?
Like I never wanted a 9 to 5. Like I like people used to like talk down on it like in college, like
especially as you're like a songwriting major. As a business major, it was always like a music business major. It was like find both, like you can figure it out, or like I would get the whole you can do one or the other, but you have to pick now kind of talks. But you was like a whole songwriting major. I feel like it was a very different talk over there.
Yeah, because like a lot of people like after college, like they like maybe work at a bar and then they can have like the whole day to do co-writes and things like that, and that's kind of what I was trying to do. I was a nanny for like the first couple of years after college, but I also did like part-time in the music business doing like administration work, which is what helped me get the job I have now, which is great. But yeah, I work at BMG. I'm in the copyright department, so like I create like all the metadata for any new deal that comes in, which is super fun, so I can see like who's getting signed and like what songs they have out, what songs are coming, all that.
That's so exciting. I love knowing that kind of stuff. Like that was like the fun stuff.
Yeah, and we get to like work beside the creative people, so we get to hear all like everything coming in. We get to see people that come in, like Jolly Roll just come by the office, which is really cool. But yeah, I feel like I'm really good at like the data-driven work. It kind of like saves my creative mind for after work, which is great. But yeah, I've always been like very technical, and like I've loved like math and stuff, which kind of like comes into this job with certain aspects. But yeah, I feel like it's a great job to have as a songwriter, because like I can be inspired by other songwriters that are getting signed. I can like, it kind of helps me like manifest like,
oh good,
like it's like, oh, one day like someone could be putting in my songs, like you know, somewhere. But yeah, it's really fun, and it does keep my nights open for co-writes and shows, and it pays the bills, and it lets me invest in my own music. So yeah, sure. I really enjoy it.
Do you have a question?
I think with our group too, it's like I also had that mindset of I don't want a 9-to-5 job and be stuck working during the day, because I want to do co-writes during the day, shows at night kind of thing. And then it kind of worked out where all of us ended up getting some sort of job that is somewhere around those hours. So we all write at night anyways. So
I found it works
even
in college and stuff, I was still trying to work around people's 9-to-5 schedules. So it was just like,
yeah, we can still fit them in. Like, it's not like it's keeping us from writing or anything.
Yeah, if someone really wants to write with you, they'll find, a time or a weekend,
Exactly,
right, yeah, weekends are, we don't really do weekends that much, but it's still an option.
I thought people would want to write on like Saturdays and Sundays when like all the time is there. Like, no, everyone wants to write Mondays through Fridays, like it is part of their like 9-to-5 work weeks, and then like still have their Saturdays open for either shows or just to relax and not do anything.
Especially because like me and Katie live out of town. It's nice to like already be in town for work and like just go
exactly
right. Yeah, work's just like the driving like timing wise of things and gas wise and
that
stuff.
Is what is stopping me from really moving too far out. Like I like being close enough to everything where it's like at least like at most a 30-minute drive anywhere in the city.
Yeah, sometimes it's an hour or more for me. I would like to be a little closer, but it's just a budgeting thing at this point. But yeah, so copyright department. So one thing that I've always debated is, should artists actually be copywriting their songs with like the copyright what's it called, the US like copyright department? Should you actually be putting in the time and money to register, or if it's just fine just having, because you have the copyright from inception of the song. If I hope people know that, but if you don't, that's the thing. We don't also have an episode
about it, right?
Yeah, we have.
We've referenced it.
We referenced it at least in like streaming and ownership and all that stuff, royalty wise. But because I registered my first EP. I haven't registered anything after that because it does add up money wise.
It's really expensive. You can do it in bulk though, but like it's still expensive.
Yeah, and it is kind of confusing, but I guess that's your whole job.
I'm confused with the bulk part of it, because I know you can do it in bulk, but then to like it's like registered as that project. So like if you want each individual song to have its own standstill moment as well, but like
I think it also gets complicated based off of co-writers, right? Like, is that part of it as well, of the separate copyrights if it's different co-writers versus
I'm not sure about that. I know for like us, like I'm not on the registrations team, so I don't handle like that part. Like I just flag it and then they send it off or whatever. We do it all in bulk. Like we don't actually like manually go register stuff. But it is a thing we do. Like every song does get copyrighted. But yeah, I'm not sure about the co-writer thing. That is
I want to say, because again, it was my first EP, so that was 4 years ago, and it was two songs with you and then 3 with Paige, and I think it wanted me to split it up if I was doing bulk, where I did the 3 and the 2, but I couldn't do them all together.
Got it. Huh.
But I could be wrong, or it could have changed by then, since that was 4 years ago. But do you think it's important to be doing the copyright part, I guess, is the short way to say that long question I just said?
Honestly, like, I don't do it. I used to do it too. Like, from like my songs I released in high school, I did because I wasn't sure. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna do it because I don't know.
Well, you hear just such horror stories. It's like the first thing, like any copyright thing is like the first class you take at Belmont was like copywriting for a lot of us, especially it was like very like pushed in your face, and like especially when you're first starting out, like it's either you don't know anything about the business, or like you're so concerned about like all these horror stories of like people getting their music ripped off and like not being ready and all this stuff in high school, that like I was one of those people that also registered everything because I was just so paranoid about it. So
yeah, I think for like us smaller artists, like we don't have anything really to worry about, like about someone trying to like, take something out of our song or something. I think like once maybe you're like signed or like you start getting momentum, like maybe that's when you like for sure do it. But yeah, I just know for like BMG, like a bigger company, like they just do it for everyone, just to be safe with infringements and all that.
Yeah, they also have the budget for that versus independent artists. But yeah, that's something I'm kind of like back and forth of if I should be doing it or not.
I've also heard like, I remember one of my professors was like, just like send a copy of it through the mail.
Oh,
so there's a
poor man's copyright.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that would work too.
Yeah, I think with how digital our world is nowadays, our Google Doc is probably, and our voice memos, both timestamp, we're good on that aspect of it. But yeah, I just didn't know with you working in a copyright department if anyone's had any type of discussions about that, or if you've just heard people talk in the hallways or anything.
Yeah, not really. Not when it comes to like independent, songwriters. But yeah, we do handle like a ton of infringements, so like we have to get them copyrighted.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Projects. What's next in the world of Sammy Kay?
Yeah. So I just did a new collaboration with someone. This is someone that I listened to like all throughout high school. And I followed him on Instagram, and he reached out, and we actually have a mutual friend, which is how we started talking, and we got a co-write in, and then we got another co-write in, and then we recorded 2 songs. So I've got 2 singles that should be coming out sometime in the coming year. And then it's probably going to be a part of like a larger EP or album, most likely an EP. So
awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited. And I think I'm going to collaborate again with Naomi Johnston, who's done a couple songs for me already. So that'll be fun.
Yeah. Is there a moment that you've been like so proud of like something you've put out, or like just a specific song? Do you still write a lot by yourself, or?
I do, yeah. I'd say like my proudest like project is probably 12th Avenue EP. So I took so much time on that, and a lot of that was DIY. Like I used my brother for a lot of it. I dog sit for him, so he'll like video stuff for me and take pictures, and it's really fun working with a sibling because like you feel really creative and fun, and like you can say what you want. Like you can say, I don't like that, let's do this. And you can take like the whole day, and like it's fine. They're your sibling, like it's fine. But yeah, so like we both really collaborated together well, and he kind of like worked as my manager too, and we like took a lot of time on it, and yeah, I think what came out of it was great. I got that most of that EP produced back home in Indiana at Roundtable Recording, and that was a great studio. I still use Jackson Ward, who produced that, to like mix and master all my songs.
Oh, awesome.
So it's like, yeah, if you find someone great, like keep them, because like it's rare to find someone that you can really collaborate well with, and he's great. But yeah, I really feel great about that project. We had a couple of music videos come out for it, lyric video, and I really like the cover art we did. And
yeah. No, I love it. It sounds really good. Thanks. Like that whole EP did. And then you do a lot back home in Indiana. Like, do you think that it's important? I know living down here in Nashville is like fun, but do you feel like do you still really try to like broaden your horizons with like shows and just building a fan base outside of the Nashville area? And like how important is that to like go outside of Nashville?
Yeah, I do have a really great like support system back home, which is really why I love to go back home all the time, because like a lot of people like do show up, and we have a lot of family friends and stuff that come out. And like I went to an art school back home in Marion, Indiana.
Oh, you did? I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I wanted to go to art school, and I was gonna audition, but then my high school had a better program, so I just stayed.
Yeah, it was like a nonprofit art school. I went from like 8 years old to senior year, and actually was like an actual student senior year, where I did online schooling and like took all the like art classes my senior year. Okay. And like interned and stuff there, but I learned so much there. I don't remember what I was talking about with CSA. Oh, because of the support system. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, everyone there is great, and yeah, they always show up for things. So I like to go back to Marion a lot, and Gas City is where my parents live now, and where I kind of grew up from like middle school on. So yeah, I like to go there for shows. But yeah, Indiana in general is great for shows. There's a great music scene like in the indie area. Okay. Yeah, but yeah, Nashville's great too. They just don't pay as well. So.
Yeah, right. Yeah. That's fair. What are some of the biggest challenges that you feel like you face as an independent artist? Is it the social media postings? Is it just trying to find like your niche? Like, what is it that like you wish was talked about more as an independent artist?
Yeah. Honestly, I would say TikTok. It's the death of me.
When you do post, it does pretty well, though.
Yeah. It's just the keeping that mindset of like, oh, that could be a TikTok, or that could be a TikTok, and like I'll see like someone post something of like an idea I had. I'm like, oh, well, theirs just blew up. Why didn't I do that too? Like, yeah. But yeah, it's just the mindset thing. Like I need to like really like hone in on like, okay, Sundays are my TikTok days. I'm gonna like make like 10 of them, and like you guys are really good about that, like having like a schedule.
I am not. I was like, Katie, yes, I am not good at because I haven't done like a lot this year in general, because I've just been so busy with my own work and just like exploring other things, so it's just been my burnout is just like
I feel that for sure too. And like I've learned too that like it's okay to repost stuff, like even stuff I've released 3 years ago, like I've been doing that, like just repost it, like it's a new song to people, like it's not like it's old for them. So yeah, I've been doing that, trying to like revisit older videos and like make them into lyric videos or things like that, because you never know who could hear it and be like, oh, I really like that song, I'm gonna go stream it, or So TikTok really it's hard to like have that momentum to keep going. Like I'll have a couple of days where I'll like make a bunch and like post them, and they do okay, but then it's like, oh, I got busy and didn't have the energy. It does take a lot of energy to make a video.
Yeah, I think in one of the videos we talked about not too long ago, or maybe it wasn't, but I had mentioned that someone was like, the reason you think artists are doing so well and doing so much more than like what you're doing is because like on one day they made 5 videos, and then the rest of the week they had a depressive episode, and you just don't see all of that, but then they had content ready for the other days. I just have to like motivate myself, and my problem is like getting like dolled up to like, because I think I have to have like this image of like and it has to be perfect, and I can't not post anything if it's not perfect.
That's literally me. And my boyfriend keeps saying, you don't need your makeup on for this, like just do it, or like just find a corner, like you don't need to have a clean room, like you're fine.
Yeah, we're kind of in a time period where people like the authenticness of like just not even having makeup or not dressing up for videos, and just kind of having more of that casual, just like daily life looking videos. So
yeah, that's the ones I like to watch.
I was like, but even those people look more put together than I ever feel. I'm like, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I look so just like casual, just out of bed kind of thing, and then I like film myself, and I'm like, no, go put some makeup on.
But I feel like your perspective is always different than anyone.
No, we're all our own worst critics. Is there any like big topics that are in the news right now that you'd like to discuss? I know we just talked about like AI artists, or like, is there anything like scary in the music industry or just fun, like something fun marketing wise that you saw recently that you really liked, or some new music that came out that you'd like to talk about?
Yeah. So I've been really into Audrey. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. It's either Hobart or Hobart.
So sorry.
It's either Audrey Hobart or Hobart. But she's amazing. She writes with Gracie Abrams all the time.
Okay.
She has that song Sue Me that's like viral on TikTok.
I don't know that
Sue
one.
Me, I wanna be wanted. Sue me, I wanna be.
I don't know that one. I only think of Sue Me and I think of Oh wait, yes I do. Okay,
cool. That's how I discovered her. And then she just released like a whole like album. It's her first album and it's amazing. Like I've listened to it so many times. But yeah, I love the way she markets herself. It's very like she doesn't wear makeup. She's just like she just wears almost like frumpy clothes.
Yeah.
And she just acts like herself and she's like kind of geeky and like it's really cute and like she'll just like dance on stage how she wants and it's like I don't know, everyone like really admires her for that. And like her music videos are like really like I'd say cringy, like they're like edited weird, like 90s almost. And they're really cool. But yeah, I love her aesthetic and just how she just wants to be herself. I gravitate toward artists like that like don't try to fit like a cookie cutter, you know.
Well, and there's places for that. I think people always like, I mean, Billie Eilish had that when she first started, like with just like the frumpy clothes and just not wanting to like be like everything else. And then also I think of like with the dancing and stuff, because I know in the past some artists have gotten like flack, like we talk about some of the female country artists getting flack for not dancing, but I'm like, at least they're trying and they're having fun, because I hated it though when people are just so still on stage and like they look like they're not having fun. Like at least they're showing you that they're having a good time, which is going to invite you in to have a good time in the crowd. And then like also it doesn't have to be like what you like, because me personally, I don't like how Lorde dances kind of funky on stage, but like there are plenty of people that love that stuff and like she's just herself about it, but like it's not my cup of tea. But like I'm also not like judging her for being herself up there. So
for sure,
are you ever gonna dance on stage? And like would you get to like, or does Gracie Abrams do that kind of stuff? No, it's like her and her guitar, really, right?
I can dance if it's choreographed. And like if I didn't have a guitar, I feel like I'd move more. I think that's where I get hidden behind my guitar a lot.
Yeah.
I think I need work, but like I could get to that point. Like
come to a dance class with me.
Yeah, I could do that. But yeah, I mean, I definitely feel like more myself when I'm like me and my guitar on the stage.
Yeah.
But,
I think that just comes from being in a very writer's round centric city and then just doing more so like the solo or duo like acoustic cover gigs when you've done gigs. I was going to say having that full band experience.
It took the opposite from me when I first started. I was very much like trying to be bigger than my guitar and stuff. And then like I slowly like melted in with it. And then it was like, okay, I know how to do this now. And then I like kind of lost some of like that bigness. And like now I'm like, I just got very used to it. Yeah. And now I'm like, oh, now I'm trying to like actually like choreograph dances. And I'm like, this feels so awkward. And I'm like, but this is what I wanted to do.
Yeah. I'm guilty of like, because I don't play full band all the time, and you don't really have that many full band shows as much as like someone who's on tour doing it all the time. So it just takes time of getting comfortable. But then if you're not doing it frequently, then it's like, oh, you might get comfortable for the month that you happen to have a couple shows, and then it's another 6 months before you do it again.
I want to get to the point where like I think of my shows almost as like a play or a musical where I've got it kind of like choreographed. Where it's like, oh, I'm gonna say like something about this here, and like I'm gonna put down my guitar, I'm gonna like walk to this side of the stage, I'm gonna do this. Like I feel like that would help me, because I need like kind of like a structure, or else I feel like I'm just doing improv and I'm not good at improv.
No, that's what I had to do in high school a lot, but I also liked the improv of it. It was just like, but I had so many classes and teachers that was like, okay, we're gonna play a 3-hour show right now, and you're gonna tell me, and I'm gonna give you advice on what to do, and we're gonna like, I had to do that all the time. And there are some like good classes, especially if you're a teenager kid trying to like get started in that. I know there's like School of Rocks have like band classes, and the dance classes that I go to, they have a music room. It's like the Roots Academy, and they have like bands that like they'll put you in, and then you have to like create a look and create like like you guys have to like create a band, and it like teaches you how to be on stage and like a bunch of that kind of stuff. That's really cool. And we had that back in my hometown too, in the guitar studio that I did. So
that's
like
what I needed.
Yeah. They have stuff like that. I would love to teach a class on like stage presence and stuff like that. Like I would love to do that kind of stuff. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I grew up in theater. So like we had regular improv, and like I hated that.
Oh, I hated that too. I was like, no, thank you.
Yeah, they like just started like having a music studio right my senior year, and I was like the guinea pig for that. Like that's where I like recorded my first EP. That's not anywhere anymore, but you were wrong on it. But yeah, I wish they would have had something like for a band or like just more music oriented than theater.
Yeah, for sure. I think because of all this stuff being around for so long, you don't like think of it in terms of class, but a lot of the stuff is still pretty new. Like when we went to Belmont, it was like Belmont, Berkeley, and one other school in the country had like a music business type program and like songwriting classes, and like now there's a whole list of them that you can go to, but like it was still very like new on the scene to all this stuff, and it hasn't been like the last couple decades is really not even like the last 20 years has been like well probably a little longer but like
I think Brad Paisley was 90s for Belmont,
but like it hasn't been around as long as like you would think in like a classroom setting of like this is how you do this and like grow into being a musician. And so speaking of that, what was little Sammy's like this is what I watched or this is what I did and I was like I need to be doing music and songwriting and doing that?
Yeah, it's really funny because I grew up so shy. Like I wouldn't sing in front of anyone.
Oh,
like,
really?
Up until like 10.
Okay.
And I was in dance like 8 years old to 10, and then this is when I discovered music. But me and my brother, we got Rock Band for Christmas. It's like the Wii thing where you've got like the drums, the guitar, singing, and I loved the singing part, and my brother loved the drum part, and he got into drums, which is funny. But it's like karaoke, and like Taylor was on it, and couple like Gwen Stefani and things like that, and my parents were like, oh wait, you can sing, like we didn't know that, and like so that's kind of where it started. I that's where I grew my love for Taylor Swift too, and she inspired me a lot. But yeah, that's where I started, and then I was like, Dad, I want a guitar, and I got a guitar, and he like taught me a few chords because he's into music too. He grew up like playing the banjo, which is funny. But yeah, he loves guitar too, and so he like showed me my first chords, and then throughout going to CSA, one of my acting teachers was like, why don't you start like writing music? Like you could do that. Like you could be like Sheryl Crow. I'm like, wait, okay, let's try it. So I wrote I think my first song was for my dad called Dear Dad. And that's kind of just where it started. My first song is where I was like, wait, I like writing songs. And my mom actually helped me write my first few, which is sweet.
Oh, that's so sweet.
She loves writing things, and she has good ideas. So yeah, it was kind of like a collaboration between my dad and my mom to help me get to where I was. But yeah, that's kind of where I started.
That's awesome.
I know when we talked about having you on, you had kind of a summary, I guess, of what you wanted to talk about. Was there, I guess, just anything that we haven't covered that you wanted to talk about as far as things for independent artists that you think they should know?
Yeah, so like, I guess some like do's or don'ts I've learned, like, I would say, like, do find your people, but also don't be afraid to, like, reach out to people and, like, find other people. Like, don't stay too comfortable. I think that's where I got, like, the last few years. Like, I'm just, like, not reaching out as much as I should be. But, like, I've started, trying to find, like, new people to collab with. And I think it's helping me grow more. So, yeah, I would say, like, don't stay in a box. Like, don't get too comfortable. And even that with like being in the industry, like like companies are changing and like you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. So like, just kind of like always, be looking for new things and like trying to grow as much as possible. Yeah, I mean, I've learned some good advice over the years from like my latest producer for like marketing yourself, like try to like almost create all of your content before you even make a post about a new project. Like spend 3 months like almost in hiding and like create, have it cohesive and like make a timeline. Like you guys are good about like making a timeline for things, and like kind of like, because I got like last year I kind of like threw songs out and like kind of made content on the spot and was like like I got stressed a lot. So I think that's gonna be my mindset for this next project, is like create and like sit on it, don't rush it. And and like another good advice is just like stay genuine to yourself. Like don't pivot because people are pivoting to something, or like, you know, just stay true to yourself. And like, my new producer also had like an analogy of like almost like gardening is like your new project. Like you've got a garden in your backyard that you're tending to, and like you're caring for it, and it's like your creation that you're proud of. And like maybe you have like guests over who are your audience, and like you're like creating like a basket of vegetables for them, and it's like they could either throw it away or they could love it. It's just like the genuineness of like giving it is like almost like what releasing music should be. It shouldn't be just like, here's my song, like, you know, I'm not proud of it, but there you go. Hopefully I get my streams.
Yeah.
Like, it's more about like really caring about what you're doing, because like you'll really get burnt out if it's not
right.
Like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Sammy. If you guys have questions for her, leave them down below, and I'll let Katie take the rest of this over.
Okay, yeah, comment them. This is gonna be up on YouTube. So you can comment on the YouTube video or on our socials at the Music Lens Podcast. If you have any more in-depth stuff, you can email us at themusiclenspodcast@gmail.com, and we can get those over to Sammy if they're Sammy-specific questions. We can find Sammy. Do you want to share your own socials and stuff?
Yeah, on my
I know them, but
all my platforms are at Sammy Kay Music, and that's SAMMYKAY, because some people spell that wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm on Spotify, all the streaming platforms. Yeah, TikTok, Instagram, all the fun stuff.
Yes. Do you have a website as well?
I do. Yeah, I need to like update it, but
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So socials are probably better for at least the time being.
On my link tree.
Yeah.
Yep.
You could also find Alex at Alex Lager Music, and you can follow me at Katie Fee Music. And thank you, Sammy.
Thank you so much, Sammy.
Our first guest.
This was so fun.
I believe we're gonna call this the Widening of the Lens for our series of so thank you for being our guinea pig, so to speak, with it as well.
And we will see you next time. Bye.